All right, folks. So, welcome back to Breaking Dawn this morning. It is Tuesday, and we are here second day in Barbados, like I said at the top of the program. And we've had some terrific conversations this morning. We had a nice conversation with the fine folks at the Ministry of Culture and Community Development back in Trinidad and Tobago on the Miss Afro TNT beauty pageant that takes place on Thursday. We just had a nice conversation with the Director of Operations here at the Coconut Court Beach Hotel, Miss Sophia Bab. And now we have a tremendous talent in the culinary industry. Chef Kiara Riley is here with us, and she is also the CEO of Kiara's Enterprise. I want to say good morning to you.
Good
And
morning.
welcome to the program.
Thank you.
So, Kiara, how long have you been a chef now?
This would be 10 years.
10 years, so you
Yes.
make a decade. All right. And you started, now they say you rose to prominence as a breakout talent in Barbados. Was there a competition? And what was the competition?
So I had various competitions. I would have done competition while I was still studying. And we went to Grand Rapids, Michigan, and we took part against countries such as Canada, Mexico. It was USA, and we had Canada, Mexico, USA, and we was the only Caribbean country that took part, Barbados.
Really?
Yes, please.
And it is in that particular competition that I hear you got 4 gold and 2 silver.
Yes, please, and the best of show.
And the best of show. Best of show would be what exactly?
The best of show would have been the overall category for the national dish, and we did a deconstructive play on pudding and sauce.
Okay.
So instead of doing cuckoo, we decided let's switch it up. Why not do something that we're known for, our pudding and sauce? So our steamed pudding, our pickled pork, our cucumber. So it was a very good experience, and that's where it started from.
Nice, man. Caribbean flavor. You can't be the Caribbean flavor nowhere in the world. Now you do have your business,
Yes.
Kiara's Enterprise. Tell us a little bit
Yes.
about that.
So Kiara's Enterprise would have started while I was at secondary school, and that started with a $20 challenge. So a company came in and they just started with the business students. So it was a case where you get $20 to start a business. And I remembered when I started it, it was like, what can I do to really create a business? And we always had local delights such as nut cakes, sugar cakes. And over the years, we find that have been dwindling. So I went to my mom and I asked her, well, Mom, what can we use to start this challenge? And we started with nut cakes from there. And from there, we then branched out into sugar cakes, tamarind balls, gooseberry syrup. We also do private catering. So Kiara's Enterprise is a range of culinary experience in Barbados.
All right, brilliant. $20 start a business. Wow. $20 start a business. That's very interesting, you know.
Yes.
All right, all right. So you all do catering, like you said,
Yes,
and
please.
okay. Now I understand you had a very early love for cooking.
Yes.
Right. So at what age did you realize that, hey, I want to be in this kitchen?
Maybe from about 4 or 5.
Serious?
It was from young because most of my family would have come up in some form of cooking. So I remember Granny in the kitchen cooking, and I put a little bench watching her make Bajan pot soup, watching her make cuckoo on the Saturdays.
Nice.
So I actually grew up in that atmosphere where it is cooking is where I want to be. I enjoy the flavors. I enjoy using things from your local garden. You go next door, you get little spinach. You come home, you got your thyme, your marjoram, and the community spirit of it. And I
Right.
think that that's what really tied me into just continuing the legacy of being a part of the experience and the cultural experience in Barbados.
Ah, brilliant. Now, you were also involved in the Food and Rum Festival.
Yes, please.
Okay. So what is your role in the Food and Rum Festival?
So this year would be my 5th year as I'm actually a featured chef of the Barbados Food and Rum Festival. I would have took part in the Caribbean tourism, hotel and tourism, food the hotel and tourism cooking competition
Right.
in 2018 and 2019, where I would have took silver in 2018, and then we would have came out with silver and gold and team of the year in 2019 from Barbados. And we would have started that I would have started that journey in 2019, and then we just trickled down. I would have took part in the festival from then until now with the breaks with COVID, but the experience is an experience that I can say you have to be here to actually enjoy the festival.
Yeah.
It is food, rum, and pure vibes.
Yeah. I was here last year for Food and Rum. It is just that. You come out, there are a couple events, a few events that you go to.
Yes.
Where all of the culinary persons, everybody in the culinary arts, they're there. You have, well, of course, it's Food and Rum, so the drinks are always flowing. We did the rum run.
Yes.
I think it was,
You
where we
have
went
rum
to
route.
the rum route.
Rum route, oysters on the stars.
Oysters, we did
Yes,
oysters
liquid
under the
gold,
stars.
and right now I can't remember.
And then there was a fete.
Rise
It's Reis and
Rise and
rum.
rum. Rise
There
and
was
rum.
Reis
Rise
and
and
rum.
rum. Yes,
We
and
went to
that's
that
the
as
one that
well.
I took part in for the last couple of years. But I must say that the festival is definitely a taste of what Barbados have to offer.
Right.
You always hear about Barbados being the culinary capital, and I think that that is the perfect way that we can actually showcase what we have to offer. And it is something as simple as using the fruits and vegetables that we have. Sometimes you will get something like breadfruit, and people might just say, "Oh, but breadfruit is just a starchy vegetable." It's not. You can do so much with breadfruit.
Really?
You can do so much. You can turn breadfruit into a croquette. You can use another fruit such as gooseberries. Gooseberries is like a tart grape.
Right.
But when you shoot that down with some sugar, some spice, it is really something to look forward to. So you never know. Come to Food and Rum November 5th to 8th, and you might just very much try gooseberries this year.
But of course. Now you started off at Seabreeze Beach House?
Yes, please.
Where is that?
That is on the Coast Road up Maxwell side.
Okay, so you started your journey there. That is where you did you acquired all your skills and things.
I've started there.
How long you were there for?
I was there for about a year.
Okay.
Yes, I was there for about a year.
And then you moved on to?
I would have then went to Divi, Divi South Winds, which is also on the coast. I would have then ventured from Divi, and I would have done Massey distributions, and I would have done Massey in the terms of in the kitchen. I would have worked in the kitchen, and that is basically mass production. So I got the experience to try all inclusive mass production. I would have then went on to Apsil, and I would have that would be more fine dining and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I would have experienced what the hospitality, food, and beverage departments have to offer in terms of different areas.
Okay.
So mass production is completely different from fine dining, completely different from all inclusive. So having that knowledge, I just would say that it is a well-rounded background I have.
All right, brilliant. And what is your where are you usually during the crop over events?
Crop over events, it is right now it is if persons reach out, I am freelancing. So if it's persons reach out, you can find me at any fest once I am contacted.
Okay. Right. So once you're contacted, you in any fed that you're contacted for.
Please.
A lot of the all inclusives, of course. And you do your catering as it relates to that.
Yes.
So you never know when you come to crop over, and you come to Barbados, you just may encounter Miss Kiara Riley. All right, and you will taste her hand most definitely. How many now in your business? How many people you have employed, like chefs and so on and so forth? So it's you and three others, or you and two others?
Yes.
All right, so you and two others. All right, brilliant. Well, hopefully when I'm here for Food and Rum, which will be later on in the year.
Yes, please.
It's November.
November 5th to 8th.
The 5th to the 8th. Hopefully when I'm back for Food and Rum, I will experience Chef Kiara's hand, and we're gonna get a taste. Most definitely later on in the year. Kiara, I want to thank you for coming out this morning and chatting with us.